Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's begin with Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadādhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadādhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Let us recite our memorization verses for module 3. Etavan Sankhya Yogabhyam Swadharma Parinishthaya Janmalabha Parapumsamante Narayana Smritihi Akama Sarva Kamo Va Moksha Kama Udaradhi Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajeta Purusham Param Ahameva Sameva Agre Nanyadyatsa Rasatparam Paschadaham Yadetacha Yo Vashishyeta Sosmyaham Rityartham Yat Pratiyeta Na Pratiyeta Chatmani Tadvidyadatmano Mayam Yatha Bhaso Yatha Tamaha Yatha Mahanti Bhutani Bhuteshu Chavasheshanu Pravishtani Tatha Teshu Natesham Etavadeva Jidnyasyam Tattva Jidnyasunatmanaha Anvaya Vyatirekabhyam Yatsyat Sarvatra Sarvada Atra Sargo Visargascha Sthanam Poshanamutayaha Manvantaresha Katha Nirodho Muktirashrayaha. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So dear devotees, we are continuing our study of Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 8, entitled Questions by Shri Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj is asking questions to his Gurudev, Srila Shukadev Goswami. And we are going to begin from text number 5. So I request Shamchandra Prabhu to read text 5, the Sanskrit, and the translation, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandatpranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandatpranam.
Pravishtaha karnarandrena swanam bhava saroruham dunoti shamalam krishnaha salilasya yata sharat. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada. The sound incarnation of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Soul, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, enters into the heart of a self-realized devotee, sits on the lotus flower of his loving relationship, and thus cleanses the dust of material association, such as lust, anger, and hankering, Thus, it acts like autumnal rain. Thus, it acts like autumnal rains upon the pools of muddy water.
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful, very poetic description of the effect of receiving Srimad Bhagavatam through Karana Randhra, through the ear holes. It is like the rain of Sharat season. Today is very auspicious day. In America, it is Ekadashi, and very soon we will be celebrating Sharat Purnima. So this is very nice verse we are reading. Maharaj Parikshit is telling Sri Shukdev Goswami that I want to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from you. And then he's himself glorifying the qualities of Srimad Bhagavatam. Says you're a pure devotee, and when Srimad Bhagavatam is heard from a pure devotee like you, then Srimad Bhagavatam enters the heart and sits on the lotus flower of the loving relationship. And dhunoti shamalam, all the mala is dhunoti, it is washed away by Srimad Bhagavatam. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu. Shrunvatam swakatha Krishna punya shravana kirtana rid antasta hi abhadrani vidhunoti surit satam. So there are multiple places where Srimad Bhagavatam is declared to be the cleansing medicine that purifies the heart. And purification of the heart is the most important thing for a sadhak. What is the most important thing for us? Chetodarpana marjanam. We have to aim for Chetodarpana marjanam. We have to aim, as Shama Kishori Mataji we were discussing in the previous class, our aim is to come to the platform of offenseless chanting. Chanting sincerely without any offenses. That is our practical aim. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is said that a single pure devotee of the Lord can deliver all the fallen souls of the world. What verse is this? Which Vaishnava bhajan? Who wrote? And what verse is this? Quickly raise your hand. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, thank you very much, dear devotees. We'll stop here. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Ananga Sundari Mataji to the rescue. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Brahmanda Tarite Shakti
Yes.
Dhare Jane Jane by Devaki Nandan Pandit.
Yes, by Shri Devaki Nandan Prabhu. Who was previously?
Gopal Chapal.
Yes, Gopal Chapal. This is the Vaishnava Vandana bhajan that we Gaudiya Vaishnavas sing. Brahmanda Tarite Shakti Dhare Jane Jane. Each associate of Mahaprabhu has the power to deliver not a village, not a country, not a planet, but the whole Brahmanda. Vande Nanda Vrajastrinam Padarenum Abhikshnasha Tasam Hari Kathodgitam Punati Bhuvanatrayam. So it is said that a single pure devotee of the Lord can deliver all the fallen souls of the world. Thus, one who is actually in the confidence of a pure devotee, like Sri Narada Muni or Sri Shukadeva Goswami, and thus is empowered by one's spiritual master, as Sri Narada Muni was by Lord Brahmaji. Such a person, such a pure devotee, can not only deliver himself from the clutches of Maya or illusion, but can deliver the whole world by his pure and empowered devotional strength. Srimad Narad Muni says in Narad Bhakti Sutra, Satarati, Satarati, Salokantarayati. He himself gets delivered, and he delivers the whole world also. The pure devotee. Look at Vasudeva Datta. Tells Mahaprabhu, I don't want liberation. I don't want to come to Vaikuntha. Let me stay here and suffer for everyone. But you give a collective Vaikunthavas to every jiva, every insect, every human, every animal, every bird. I will stay here for them. This is Surit Sarvadehinam. The comparison to the autumnal rain that falls on muddy reservoirs of water is very appropriate. And Srila Prabhupada will explain why this example is appropriate. During the rainy season, all the waters of the rivers become muddy. But in the month of July, August, the autumn season, when there is a slight rainfall, the muddy waters of all the rivers all over the world become at once clear. This is a practical observation. They become clear. So similarly, when Srimad Bhagavatam enters the heart, all the mala goes away and the heart becomes very pure. But one must be empowered by one's spiritual master. That is important. Next paragraph. By sincere efforts to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, one realizes his constitutional relationship with Lord Krishna in the transcendental humor of servitude, dasya, friendship, sakhya, parental affection, vatsalya, or conjugal love, shringaras. And by such self-realization, one becomes situated at once in the transcendental loving service of Lord Krishna. Shama Kishori Mataji, comment on this verse, please. Just comment on this sentence. It's a profound sentence. Sometimes people ask this question, Are Atma Sakshatkar kaise hoga? Prabhuji, you are only talking about, I am not this body, I am the soul. You are not the body, you are the soul. Krishna, Stu Bhagavana Swayam. Same basic things you are talking. I want to know what is my relationship with Krishna. Deep Siddhanta.
Hare Krishna.
You read the sentence and comment on it.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you. By sincere efforts to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, one realizes his constitutional relationship with the Lord in the transcendental humor of servitude, friendship, paternal affection, or conjugal love. And by such self-realization, one becomes situated at once in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. So, what it's saying is that, Prabhuji, we have to very sincerely try to do devotional service. And one of the most important angas of limbs of devotional service is to hear and study Srimad Bhagavatam. And when we do that seriously and sincerely with all our heart, Krishna will give us this realization that we are connected with him and we'll understand our relationship with him. And one of these four rasas, which is, servitude, friendship, sakhya, dasya, sakhya, vatsalya, or madhurya, and will become situated in transcendental loving service of the Lord, which means will become pure devotees.
And what other word Prabhupada uses? Will become self-realized.
Self-realized.
So, it is said that Khaite Shuite Yatha Tatha Namle Deshkal Niyam Nahi Sarva Siddhi Hai. Sarva Siddhi. One wants to understand our Siddha Deha and also Sadhu Sangha Sarva Shastra Kahe, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hai. So here it is said that by sincere efforts to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So if we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, we associate with Bhakta Bhagavat and we chant the holy name because Deshkal Niyam Nahi Sarva Siddhi Hai. So if we have Naam, if we have Srimad Bhagavatam, and if we have Sadhu Sangha, we do not have to worry. Self-realization will come to us by Krishna's mercy, by Guru Maharaj's mercy. Once His Holiness Gaur Krishna Swami Maharaj, the disciple of Shri Srimad Radha Govindas Goswami Maharaj, asked his Gurudev that Guru Maharaj, Atma Sakshatkar kab hoga? Kaise hoga? How will I become self-realized? Maharaj is asking for all of us. So Srila Radha Govind Maharaj asked him, Swarup kaun deta hai? Ek sadhak ko Swarup kaun deta hai? Who reveals the Siddha Swarup to the sadhak? So Srila Gaur Krishna Maharaj said, Guru Maharaj reveals. So then Srila Radha Govind Maharaj, to fir chhod do na Guru Maharaj pe. क्यों चिंता करते, छोड़ दो, जब समय होगा तब गुरु महाराज दे देंगे आपको. He is himself the Guru. So everything is there in the process that has been given by Srila Prabhupada. We have to take shelter of the holy name, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, chant it sincerely. We have to avoid the 10 offenses. Nir apradhe namalele pabe premadhan. And we have to sincerely take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam will reveal to us. If we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, If we take shelter of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are in Sadhu Sangha and we avoid the offenses, 10 offenses against the holy name, then we will be revealed our Swarup. 4 rasas are mentioned. Shantaras is not mentioned. Because in the Gaudiya Siddhanta, Shantaras is not considered very important. It is Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. Because there is more service in these rasas compared to Shantarati. So this is a very profound sentence, and I want all of you to remember this sentence. I'm reading it again. By sincere efforts to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, one realizes his constitutional relationship with Lord Krishna in the transcendental relationships of servitude, friendship, parental affection, and conjugal love. And by such self-realization, one becomes situated at once in the transcendental loving service of Lord Krishna. Transcendental loving service will begin when we know our sambandha with Krishna. Without knowing sambandha, it is general bhakti, but it will become very specific bhakti when we know our sambandha, or at least when we have some inkling of our sambandha. I want all of you to read the last sentence of this purport. Devotional service to Lord Krishna with specific attention for hearing Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, and regularly and always hearing Srimad Bhagavatam is the best recommended method for liberation from the clutches of illusion. Srimad Bhagavatam is our best friend. Srimad Bhagavatam has come to deliver us from this material world. So Srila Prabhupada is saying devotional service to the Lord with specific attention to hearing Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and always is the best recommended method for liberation from the clutches of illusion. 5 processes according to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are very important. Sadhu Sangha, Nama Kirtan, Bhagavat Shravana, Mathuravasa, Shri Murtira, Shraddhaya Sevana. These 5 things are very important. Text 6. Ajay Govind Prabhu, please read. You can unmute, Prabhuji. Ajay Govind Prabhu.
Prabhu, am I audible now?
Now you are audible, Prabhuji.
Sorry, Prabhu. I think my mic was not set properly.
Hare
Dautatma Purusha Krishna Padamulam Namuchati Mukta Sarva Pariklesha Panta Sva Sharanam Yatha. Translation by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A pure devotee of the Lord whose heart has once been cleansed by the process of devotional service never relinquishes the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. For they fully satisfy him as a traveler is satisfied at home after a troubled journey. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. It has been seen that once a person develops some taste in bhakti, even though there may be temporary setbacks or a fall down, the devotee always wants to come back to Krishna consciousness because they have tasted something very superior in bhakti. Param drishtva nivartate. This has also been seen in our children. Many devotee kids, they are brought up in Krishna consciousness, and when they hit their teenage years, they rebel or they want to experiment or they want to try out because there is a lot of propaganda that there is a lot of happiness in the material world. So they don't want all the restrictions. They want to break the 4 regulative principles. They want to give up chanting and they want to be so-called normal. And they do it for some time. They may do it even for a few years. But what I have observed is most of them ultimately come back to Krishna consciousness. Or even if they don't come back, they at least regret that good old days. We used to go for Sunday feast, we used to go for Saturday satsang, and it was nice waking up for Mangal Arati. It was nice being with devotees and those dramas that we used to have in the temple. They remember those things and they remember that it was such a nice enjoyment. Because what is there in material world. There is vaping, there is tea coffee, there is drugs, there is illicit sex, there are parties, there is sports, news. But all these things really are so bland and dull and shallow compared to the joy of Krishna consciousness. Just few hours ago, I was listening to one kirtan, looking at it and hearing the kirtan. It was so blissful that it was not just that it made me sing, it made me dance. I was alone, but it was as if the actual person is dancing, the soul is dancing, not just the body and mind, but really the soul is dancing in the kirtan. Such bliss in just Hare Krishna Mahamantra kirtan done by a pure devotee. It's a experience that cannot be had in any pub or a disco or any party. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj is saying, a pure devotee of the Lord whose heart has once been cleansed by the process of devotional service never gives up the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. This is for the pure devotees. But what I'm saying is, even a sadhak who has had some taste in Krishna consciousness, even if they go away for some time, it is very likely that they will want to come back. And sometimes it's just the devotees, they should encourage them. Prabhu, we are missing you, please come back. Sometimes the devotees who have walked away, they are not sure whether they will be welcomed back in the association of devotees. So if we just call them and just ask, inquire how they are doing, and just tell them genuinely that, Prabhu, we are missing you, please come back. Sometimes at least you come. And they come. One devotee, he joined ISKCON in around the year 2000, means 23 years ago. And he was very sincere. He had Gaur-Nitai deities that one senior Guru Maharaj came and installed and everything. He was doing very well. But then he got married to a non-devotee and thought that, she will come here to America on a H4 visa. She will be with me. She will come for all the satsangs and she will accept. After all, she's a pious Hindu girl. She will accept Krishna consciousness. And she accepted to some degree. But after some time, she got fed up. And she said, no, I don't want to follow these 4 regulative principles. I don't want to be a devotee. I just want to be free. I want to enjoy America. I'm in America and so many restrictions. Idhar mat jao, udhar mat jao, idhar mat khao, ye mat karo, wo mat karo. Forget it. I just want to be a normal American now. So after 3-4 years of practicing Krishna consciousness, she just rebelled and forced her husband also and polluted her husband's mind also by criticizing devotees that, oh, you are following this devotee. See, he's like this, she's like that. So basically, they just left, completely left, stopped coming to temple, left the WhatsApp groups, did not come for any Bhakti Vriksha. And this was in 2011 or 12. And then literally 7-8 years passed. No news. Just once or twice we would meet in Patel Brothers. Arey, how are you? There's no Kanti now. And they were aspiring for initiation. Of course, their name was taken out from the list. But still they were happy to see the devotees. And every time they would meet, they would be happy. And then they somehow got connected during COVID through online programs. Because there is no liability, right? You just turn it on from home and you can listen. There's no commitment. You don't have to go anywhere or, cook prasad or take something, nothing. So they started hearing and they got inspired. And they again started chanting 16 rounds. And they got connected with a group that they felt comfortable with. And recently they again installed another set of deities. They had Gaur-Nitai deities already. Now the next deities that come after Gaur-Nitai in most of our families, those deities were installed. And they called Prabhupada disciples and had nice. They invited me also. I could not go. We had some other program that day. But I was very happy that they're chanting 16 rounds. They're following the 4 principles and they are worshipping the deity of Krishna. So the point is that once somebody has tasted bhakti, it is very difficult to give it up. How? They are fully satisfied by Krishna. Just as a traveler is satisfied at home after a troubled journey. After a troubled journey, when we come home, one should not watch so much news, but I have to confess, today, even though it's Ekadashi, for some time I looked at some headlines because of what is going on in Israel and Gaza. And it was reported that some hostages were freed and they came back home. And their images were put also. So you see the relief on their face, how they had gone somewhere, they didn't know where they are, what is going to happen. And when you come home, you feel such relief. Similarly, as a traveler may go through a troubled journey, but when they come home, the journey home, and when you reach home, everything becomes very nice. So Srila Prabhupada writes, one who is not a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord Krishna is not completely cleansed in the heart. Yes, because a pure devotee, tat paratvena nirmalam, is completely nirmal. But a person who is not a pure devotee still has some mal there in the heart, some impurities are there. But a perfectly cleansed person never quits the devotional service of the Lord, which means a pure devotee can never fall down. If someone falls down, that person was not a pure devotee. A pure devotee never falls down. Clearly said, a perfectly cleansed person never quits the devotional service of Lord Krishna. In discharging, now listen carefully, in discharging such devotional service as ordered by Brahmaji to Narad, what was the devotional service given by Brahmaji to Narad Muni? Raise your hand, do you remember? Last chapter. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. Nitya Lila Gaurangi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Was it to expand on Srimad Bhagavatam?
Yes, to spread the message of Bhagavatam, to expand on it and to preach Srimad Bhagavatam. So, as ordered by Brahmaji to Narad Muni, in the preaching of Srimad Bhagavatam, go and preach Bhagavatam. When a devotee does this on the order of Guru, sometimes a representative of the Lord engaged in preaching work meets with various so-called difficulties. Prabhupada says so-called difficulties. This was exhibited by Lord Nityananda Prabhu when he delivered two fallen souls, Jagai and Madhai. Nityananda was hit by Madhai on the head with a pot, alcohol pot. And similarly, Lord Jesus Christ was crucified by the non-believers. But such difficulties are very gladly suffered by the devotees in preaching, because in such activities, although apparently very severe, the devotees of the Lord feel transcendental pleasure because the Lord is satisfied. So these may seem to be difficulties, but actually the devotee who is going through those difficulties is experiencing ecstasy. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that the greatest joy, the difficulties that I face in serving you, O Krishna, are the source of my greatest joy. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, if I am doing parikrama of Govardhan and I step on a sharp thorn, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, the pain that I feel is billions of times greater than Brahmananda. Because I'm doing Govardhan parikrama, I know that I'm pleasing Krishna by doing Govardhan parikrama. So whatever experiences come, good or bad, they are all ecstasy. Although apparently suffering severely, the devotees of the Lord feel transcendental pleasure because Krishna is being satisfied. And all Ananda comes from within, from Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj's example also Prabhupada gives. He was also tormented. But because he was always remembering Krishna, always preaching about Krishna, he was happy. Now I want everybody to pay attention to the next two paragraphs. They are very short but very sweet. The example set herein is very appropriate. A traveler leaves home to search for wealth in far distant places, sometimes in the forest and sometimes on the ocean and sometimes on hilltops. Certainly there are many troubles for the traveler when he is in such unknown places. But all such troubles are at once mitigated as soon as the sense of his family affection is remembered. As soon as he remembers his family, he feels happiness. Oh, well, my children must be playing right now. Like that, he remembers and he feels better. And as soon as he returns home, he forgets all such troubles on the way. As soon as he returns home, he forgets all the troubles. Whatever happened, now I am home. Now I am at home. A pure devotee of Lord Krishna is exactly in a family tie with Lord Krishna. Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, family relationship with Krishna. And therefore, he is undeterred in discharging his duty in a full affectionate tie with the Lord. So similarly, pure devotee may go here, do this, do that, so many things in the service of Guru and Krishna. But the pure devotee always remembers that Vrindavan is my home. Mamastu Vrindavana eva vasa. Text 7. Yes, Kirtana Sundari Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, I'm able to unmute you.
Yeah.
Yatato mato brahman deharambo sadhatatubi yatrikshaya hetuna va bhavanto janate yatha. O learned Brahmana, the transcendental spirit soul is different from the material body. Does he acquire the body accidentally or by some cause? Will you explain this, for it is known to you? Hare Krishna.
Brahman. Shri Parikshit Maharaj is addressing his Gurudev Srila Shukdev Goswami as Brahman. O learned Brahmana, the Jiva is different from the Deha. So does the Jiva acquire the body accidentally or by some cause? Please explain this because you know the answer. So question should be asked to a person who knows the answer. So in this purport, Srila Prabhupada glorifies Maharaj Parikshit that he is such a good devotee that he wants to ask very scientific questions. Further down, Srila Prabhupada says, from the Bhagavad Gita as well as from the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is known that qualitatively the Lord and the living beings are one. Both Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita tell that Mama Amsha Jiva Loka, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Qualitatively we are one, we are Krishna Ansha. The living being in the conditioned state of material existence is subjected to many transmigrations by continuous changing of the material body. The Jiva is also transcendental like Krishna, but the Jiva is going through different species, different bodies. Brahmanda Chakra, Brahmata, Brahman kar raha hai Jiva. But what are the causes of the material embodiment of the part and parcel of Lord? Jiva is part and parcel of Lord, but why is he embodied? Why has the Jiva accepted a material body which is perishable? That is the question of Maharaj Parikshit. Such a fundamental question. Beautiful questions Maharaj Parikshit is asking. Next paragraph, 2 sentences down. The liberated living beings who associate with the Lord in person are also exactly like the Lord. Only the conditioned souls awaiting liberation are subjected to change of bodies. Who wants to comment on this sentence? Sarojanandini Mataji, please comment on this sentence. I'm going to read the sentence, listen carefully and explain it to us. The liberated living beings who associate with Lord Krishna in person are also exactly like Lord Krishna. Period. Only the conditioned souls awaiting liberation are subjected to change of bodies. Oh, sorry. Hare Krishna. Dandavad.
So what I can understand is the liberated people are qualitatively, I mean, in their consciousness, they're already one with the Lord. But the conditioned people, the second part of the sentence. What is the second part of the sentence, Prabhu?
Only the conditioned souls awaiting liberation are subjected to change of bodies.
Yeah, so literally that even though they are in the material world, the liberated people, they are not affected by the miseries and change of bodies. Their consciousness is always fixed on Krishna. But for the conditioned soul, they can see all these changes and they're able to feel the miseries and everything.
Correct.
That's what I can understand.
Correct. So in the first sentence, it is said, it is talking about the Nitya Siddhas in the first sentence, who are Hari Parshad, who are associates of Krishna. The liberated living beings who associate with Lord Krishna in person means the Vaikuntha Vasis. The liberated souls who are in Vaikuntha, they are exactly like the Lord. They have Sarupya. They have Sarupya. They have Sarupya Mukti. Now, next sentence. Only the conditioned souls, like me, only the conditioned souls, they are awaiting liberation. They are not liberated. They are not Siddha yet. They are Baddha. We are talking about Nitya Siddha in the first sentence. Second sentence talks about the Baddha Jivas. They are awaiting liberation. They are still Baddha. They are not Mukta. They are subjected to change of bodies. So our bodies keep changing, but the Nitya Siddhas who are Hari Parshad, who are associates of Krishna in Vaikuntha, their bodies do not change because their bodies are as good as Krishna's body. Is this clear? Their bodies are all Sachidananda. They have spiritual bodies. So they don't have to change the body. But when we accept a material body, the body has to change. Then Shri Parikshit Maharaj is asking, how was the process first begun? How did the jivas come in the material world? How did they first get body? All this is going to be answered. Next paragraph, 2 sentences down again. Even if one is fixed in devotional service, like Maharaj Parikshit, he must still inquire from the realized spiritual master all about this. Shama Vallavi Mataji, please comment on this sentence. What is Prabhupada saying? Even if one is fixed in devotional service, like Maharaj Parikshit was, he must still inquire from the realized spiritual master all about this.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, this shows the importance of having a guru. So even if Krishna comes, he accepted a guru, Rama accepted a guru. So even Parikshit Maharaj is fixed in devotional service. We already read he is a Nitya Siddha devotee. Even though he is a Nitya Siddha devotee, if he comes to the material world, he will still need a guru.
Yes, and even though one may be practicing bhakti, one has to make inquiries. Pariprashnena sevaya. You have to make inquiries from the guru. Now, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji give us an example of a person who was fixed in bhakti. But still, when he met his guru, he made inquiries, basic inquiries. Who am I? Why am I suffering in this world? Ke ami? Who am I?
Parikshit Maharaj and
Chaitanya Charitamrita?
Rup Goswami, Sanatana.
Yes, very good. Very good. They asked, Mahaprabhu, who am I? Ke ami? He is Sanatan Goswami. He is going to write Brihad Bhagavatamrit, Hari Bhakti Vilas. And he's saying he's going to write the Brihad Vaishnava Toshni in the 10th canto, Srimad Bhagavat. Who am I? He's asking. Even when they were in Ramkeli, before they met Mahaprabhu, they had created Nava Vrindavan in Ramkeli. There was Radha Kund, Shyam Kund, Giriraj Govardhan. Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Dev, discovered Radha Kund later on in Bhauma Vrindavan. Before that, in Ramkeli, Rup Sanatan had already created Radha Kund, Shyam Kund, Govardhan. Nava Vrindavan they had created in their backyard, in their palace. Based on the description in the Shastra. There is description of Radha Kund in Padma Puran. Based on that, they had created. Even though in Bhauma Vrindavan, Radha Kund had disappeared from vision until Mahaprabhu visited later on. This was the level of Rup Sanatan. And they are saying, who am I? Why am I suffering in this? Basic questions. Which means one must be very humble. One must be a fool in front of one's guru. Guru more murkha dekhi karela shashan. You have to be like a fool in front of guru. Pariprashnena sevaya. Very nice. In other words, the spiritual master must also be well versed and learned so that he may be able to answer all these inquiries from the devotees. Nityalila Gaurangati, what verse is this?
What did he say, Prabhuji? Even though he's well versed,
the spiritual master must be well versed and should be able to explain Krishna Tattva to the disciple. That is a qualification of a guru. The guru should have Shastra Yukti. Guru should know. Prabhupada is saying the spiritual master must be well versed and learn it, so he's able to answer all the inquiries of the devotees. I am saying spiritual master should be well versed in Krishna Tattva. Only then he can give.
Ye Krishna Tattva Veta say Guru hai.
Very good. Kiba vipra kibanyasi shudra ke nena Jai Krishna Tattva Veta say Guru hai. Very good. Thank you. Thus, one who is not well versed. Now listen, Prabhupada is going to say something very, very sweet for our protection. Thus, one who is not well versed in the authorized scriptures and not able to answer all such relevant inquiries should not pose as a spiritual master for the matter of material gain. Just to get some pratishtha, one should not become a guru. Jai Krishna Tattva Veta say Guru hai. Prabhupada says, it is illegal to become a spiritual master if one is unable to deliver the disciple. It's illegal. Prabhupada says. Okay. Who knows the verse? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kirtida Sundari Mataji, yes.
Prabhuji, I don't know the entire verse, but Guru Nasasyat, Pita Nasasyat.
Guru
Janani.
Satyat, Swajana Nasatyat, Pita Nasatyat, Janani Nasatyat, Deva Nasatyat, Napati Nasatyat, Namo Chayetyo Samupeta Mrutyum. Third line of मैंने भी थोड़ी गड़बड़ की, but Namo Chayetyo Samupeta Mrutyum. If you cannot save them from repeated Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, then don't become Guru, don't become a family member, don't become a father, don't become a mother, don't become an administrator or a king, and do not become a husband. Guru Nasatyat, Swajana Nasatyat. Don't become Guru, don't become a family member. Pita Nasatyat, don't become father. Janani Nasatyat, don't become mother. Deva Nasatyat, don't become a Dev, don't become an administrator, a king, or a ruler. Napati Nasatyat, don't become a pati, husband also. Na mochayatyo samupeta mrutyam. Who says this? Bhagwan Shri Rishabdev Maharaj in the 5th canto, when he's instructing his 100 sons. Bhagwan says, don't become Guru if you cannot deliver your disciples. So here Prabhupada is saying it is illegal to become a spiritual master if one is unable to deliver the disciple. Every sentence of Prabhupada is based on Shastra. Meenakshi Vrajgopi Mataji, please go ahead. Verse number 8.
Hare Krishna. Asit ir udarat padmam loka samstana lakshanam yavan ayam vai purusha ayatat vaya vai pritak tavan asaviti prokta samstavaya vavan iva. Translation. If the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whose abdomen the lotus stem sprouted, is possessed of a gigantic body, according to his own caliber and measurement, then what is the specific difference between the body of the Lord and those of common living entities?
Hare Krishna. The questions of Parishit Maharaj are very intelligent questions, very deep and very essential. What is Shri Parishit Maharaj asking here? Well, Prabhupada explains. One should note how Maharaj Parikshit intelligently put questions before his spiritual master, Shri Shukdev Goswami, for scientific understanding of the transcendental body of Lord Krishna. Now listen carefully. It has been described in many places before this, in Srimad Bhagavatam before this, it has been described that the Supreme Lord assumed a gigantic body, that of Karanodakashayi Vishnu, Mahavishnu, Karanodakashayi Vishnu, from whose hair pores, Romakup, innumerable universes have generated. Ananta Koti Brahmanda come out from the pores of his body. That is Karanodakashayi Vishnu. Then in each universe, Krishna lays down as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. The body of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is described as sprouting the lotus stem from the navel, within which all the planets of the universe remain. The 14 planetary systems are situated in the stem of the lotus, and the topmost is the lotus flower, where Satyalok, Brahmaji lives. But all the 14 planetary systems are in the stem of this lotus coming from the navel, Nabhi of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. And at the top of the stem is the lotus flower on which Lord Brahma is born. Padmaja. In the creation of the material world, the Supreme Lord undoubtedly assumes a gigantic body. He assumes a gigantic body. And living entities also get bodies. Big bodies, small bodies, according to the necessity. For example, elephant gets a big body. Ant gets a small body. Similarly, now listen, similarly, if the personality of Godhead, Krishna, assumes a gigantic body to accommodate the universes, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, or the planets of a particular universe, there is no difference in principle of assuming and accepting a particular type of body in terms of necessity. Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is accepting a body. Big universe, big body. Small universe, small body. We are also accepting big body, small body, sometimes elephant body, sometimes ant body. So it looks like Krishna also is assuming bodies like we assume bodies. Is Krishna under the laws of karma? A living being and the Lord cannot be distinguished simply by the difference in the magnitude of body. One may say, no. Are Krishna is very different, Baba, because Karanodakashayi Vishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, they are so big. We may be in a blue whale body, elephant body, but still comparatively we are so small compared to Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, Karanodakashayi Vishnu. But Prabhupada says someone may argue, no, size doesn't matter that much. The principle is Vishnu is assuming a body based on necessity when creation has to take place, maintenance has to take place, and we are also taking birth. That means we are same. So the answer depends on the specific significance of the body of the Lord as distinguished from the body of the common living being. So Maharaj Parikshit wants to know what is the difference between us taking different bodies in this material world and Lord Vishnu taking different bodies. What is the difference? Text 9. Aradhya Madhavi Mataji, please go ahead.
Ajasujati bhutani bhutatma anugrahat tadrishayena tadrupam nabhi padma samudbhavaha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Brahma, who was not born of a material source, but of the lotus flower coming out of the navel abdomen of the Lord, is the creator of all those who are materially born. Of course, by the grace of the Lord, Brahma was able to see the form of the Lord.
Hare Krishna. So Brahmaji is called Aja because Nabhi Padma Samudbhavaha. Brahmaji appeared from the navel lotus flower of Shri Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. And Tadrupam, he has seen that form of the Lord. He was able to see. Purport. The first living creature, Brahma, is called Aja because he did not take his birth from the womb of a material mother. He didn't have a material birth. He was directly born from the bodily expansion of the lotus flower of Lord Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Thus, it is not readily understandable whether the body of the Lord and that of Brahma are of the same quality or different. Okay, hold on. Our Shama Kishori Mataji might ask, Prabhuji, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu's body is transcendental. Brahmaji is coming from the body of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. So is Brahmaji's body also spiritual or is it material? She will ask like that. So Parishad Maharaj is also asking that same question. What is the difference between the body of Brahmaji and Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, from whose body Brahmaji appeared? Are they same or is there a difference? Very intelligent question, na? Because coming directly from the body of Vishnu, so is Brahmaji same? This must also be clearly understood. One thing is, however, certain. Brahma was completely dependent on the mercy of Lord Krishna, because after his birth, he could not create living beings by the Lord's grace only. And because after his birth, he could create living beings by Lord Krishna's grace only. And he could see the form of the Lord. He has seen Krishna. whether the form seen by Brahma is of the same quality as that of Brahma is a bewildering question. And Maharaj Parikshit wanted to get clear answers from Sri Shukdev Goswami. This is scientific inquiry. This is scientific understanding of Krishna consciousness. We have this Tattva Jidnyasa. Tattva Jidnyasa should be there to understand. Text 10. Nitya Gaurangi Mataji, please go ahead.
Sachapi yatra purusho vishwasthityubhavavyayah muktvatma mayam mayeshah shete sarvaguhashayah. Translation. Please also explain the personality of Godhead who lies in every heart as the super soul and as the Lord of all energies, but is untouched by his external energy.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So after inquiring about Sri Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, now our Parikshit Maharaj is inquiring about Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, who is Paramatma in the heart. Purport. Undoubtedly, the form of Lord Krishna, who was seen by Lord Brahma, must be transcendental. Otherwise, how could he simply look upon the creative energy without being touched? It is understood also that the same Purusha lies in the heart of every living entity. This also requires proper explanation. That this Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, who is present in the Vaikuntha planet within the Brahmanda, is also expanded as Paramatma in everyone's heart. And he gave darshan to Brahmaji, same Purusha. Then how is it that he is in everyone's heart but is untouched by material qualities? Maharaj Parikshit wants to know. If he's in everyone's heart, he's the witness, then it seems like he's dealing with the material energy. So how can we understand that he's still untouched by material energy without being touched? How is it possible for him to simply look? Our Karanodakshaya Vishnu simply glances at Mahat Tattva and impregnates the jivas. So how can we understand that Vishnu, whichever Purush, whether it is Karanodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, is different from material energy? Because it seems like they are very much inside material energy. In every Parmanu, in every atom, Lord Vishnu is there. Then how is Vishnu different from the material energy? That I want to understand. So these are excellent philosophical questions by Parikshit Maharaj on the verge of his death. And when we study together Srimad Bhagavatam, all these questions will be answered. All these questions. Once a professor of forensic medicine in a prestigious medical college came to me and he said, in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asks a question to Krishna, and Prabhu, I have read Bhagavad Gita many times. Krishna forgets to answer that question. Answer दिया ही नहीं कृष्णा ने. एक बहुत बड़ा फ्लॉ है भगवद गीता में. मतलब भाई इतने बड़े बड़े आचार्यों ने टीका की है भगवद गीता पे. श्रीपाद शंकराचार्य could not find this mistake. Shripad Madhvacharya could not find this mistake. Baldev Vidyabhushan Chakravarti Bhatt did not find this mistake. You forensic professor, you have answered. Batao kaun sa? And the answer was there. He just needed Gaurang Darshan Prabhu's proper diagrams to understand. But very confidently came, Prabhu ji, Gita mein bahut badi galti hai. Arjuna asks many questions. How does a selfless person walk? How does he talk? How does he behave? But one point Krishna forgot to answer. भूल गए कृष्ण, आंसर ही नहीं किया. अर्जुन ने भी पूछा नहीं, याद नहीं दिलाया. Maybe Krishna forgot. बोला अरे भाई कृष्ण भूलते नहीं. कृष्णा से स्मृति आती है. मतो स्मृतिर ज्ञानम अपोहनम च. बैठो. So Bhagavad Gita is perfect. Srimad Bhagavatam is perfect. All these questions will be answered by Sri Shukdev Goswami. That is called Shastra. So we'll stop here. Krishna willing, we will continue next week. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mataji, this year also you are going for Parikrama?
No, Prabhuji. As of now,
I just asking. Hare Krishna.
You're going, Prabhuji?
Mataji, I don't know. Everything is booked, but I am not able to confirm.
Vrindavan or Puri?
Vrindavan, Puri, and then Vrindavan again.
Okay.
Everything is booked now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Go ahead, Mataji.
Prabhuji, yesterday you were telling Prabhupada was chastised by the spiritual master. Can you please?
One more devotee messaged me about this. So yes, Mataji. One we all know, famous in the very first meeting, when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ji instructed our Abhay Babu as he was offering Dandavat and getting up. Even as he was getting up, he said, "Now here, you are educated young Indian boy. Why you don't take the message of Sri Chaitanya Dev all over the world and preach in the English language?" So Srila Prabhupada said, "Swamiji, we are a subjugated nation. Our language is Bengali and Sanskrit, and we are controlled by the British. So if we go to England and we say, I want to talk some philosophy in the Hindi language, Sanskrit language, Bengali language, they say, you are our slaves. What you are telling us? Go away." Srila Prabhupada said, unless we get independence, nobody's going to take us seriously. First, we have to become a sovereign nation, and then we can preach. So right now, it's an emergency situation. We must participate in Mahatma Gandhiji's freedom movement. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ji said, the only deficiency in this world is that of Krishna consciousness, and therefore the only solution is Krishna consciousness. These independence nations, this nation, that nation will come and go. Things will keep changing. But Krishna consciousness cannot wait. There are people dying every day. Don't let them die without hearing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Go and preach. Let them get the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that time Srila Prabhupada said, I argued back and forth with Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, and I am very happy to say I was thoroughly defeated by my Gurudev. And Prabhupada said that from his childhood he was a leader by nature in his college, school, and many times he participated in debates, and Prabhupada said I was never defeated. This was the first time I was defeated, and I was very happy to be defeated by a person of the caliber of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ji Maharaj. First. Second is what I was referring to. And this is from the biography of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. It is mentioned that Srila Prabhupada went to meet Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada was giving a class, and Prabhupada was sitting in the class.
Sheshashai.
Sheshashai Darsh, that is different. That is mentioned in Prabhupada Leelamrit also. This, what I'm mentioning, is from His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj's Bhakti Siddhanta Vani. Bhakti Siddhanta Vani, that biography, that the 3-volume biography that Srila Bhakti Vikas Maharaj has written. From that book, the story is there, which I'm telling you. So Srila Prabhupada went to hear Harikatha from his Gurudev, and this was before initiation. And as the Harikatha was going on, there was an elderly gentleman sitting next to Prabhupada. And he did not catch something that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada said. So he asked him, what did Maharaj say? Like that he asked Prabhupada when the Katha was going on. And to be polite, Prabhupada also looked at him and explained what was just said. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada saw this, that these two Babus are talking. So in the middle of the class, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada pointed to our Prabhupada and said, Abhay Babu. No, first he spoke to the other person who had asked Prabhupada question. He said, Babu, do you think your 10 paisa donation has purchased me? Because he had given 10 paisa donation. He said, do you think your 10 paisa donation has purchased me? Now you can speak in my presence because you gave a donation. So that fellow immediately he shrank. Sorry. Then Simha Guru, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada looked at our Prabhupada. He said, Abhay Babu, why don't you come here, sit on the Vyasasana and speak? You like to speak, no? You're talking in the middle of the class. Idhar aake baitho. And you speak. Srila Prabhupada said, my God, I was mortified. Prabhupada said, I was mortified when he looked at me and said like that, Abhay Babu, come here and sit. You speak. You like to speak? You want to speak? Then I went on. So Prabhupada, I said, after that I decided I will never speak when Katha is going on. When my Gurudev is speaking, I will never speak. I was chastised by my Gurudev like that. But when I read this pastime, I understood in a different way. Of course, this direct meaning is there, but I also thought that there was a prophecy here. Abhay Babu, why don't you come here and sit on the Vyasasan? In the future, Srila Prabhupada would do that. He would become the Jagat Guru, the next Jagat Guru after Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, his most prominent successor as far as preaching is concerned throughout the world. Gauravani Pracharine. So this was the incident. Is that okay, Mataji?
Yes.
It's very auspicious to be chastised like this by one's Gurudev. Gurudev chastises because he considers us his property. Gurudev will not chastise somebody who is smoking cigarette on the road. Doesn't care. There's no relationship. But when a disciple simply speaks in the class that Gurudev is chastising like thunderbolt, because there is love, because there is atmiyata, he's my disciple. I have to correct him. So when Gurudev chastises, it's very auspicious. Narad Muni chastised Nalakuver and Manigiri, and they got to see Damodar Leela. In Vrindavan, the original Damodar Leela. Hare Krishna. Which doesn't even happen in Golok Vrindavan. Only happens here in Bhama Vrindavan. Because there is no Nalakuver Manigiri there. There is no cursing in Golok Vrindavan. So, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, there's one I think question here. We'll take that and then we'll stop. Priya Mataji is asking, Hare Krishna. I am suffering from overthinking from last 3 years. How can I get rid of it? I am not able to focus on lectures, japa, kirtan, Vaishnava bhajan, reading, etc. Not only in bhakti, even in my profession also. Even I am not able to offer heartfelt prayers. Even I have no anxiety of anything, but mind just goes away here and there. The things even which do not make any sense. What can I do? There seems no hope. Chanchalahi manah Krishna. Pramadi balavadridam. Yes, the mind is very chanchal, goes here and there. Doesn't allow us to fix the mind doesn't allow us to fix it on Krishna. Krishna says, Mai arpita manobuddhir. Krishna says, Man mana, give your mind to me. But the mind doesn't allow to be situated in Krishna's lotus feet because it is chanchal and it is used to being in the material realm. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha griyate. We should not give up. We have to understand that the mind needs us. We don't need the mind. The mind is subordinate to the Atma. Mind is subordinate to the Vivek Buddhi, intelligence. Mind is very difficult to control, and it is the most difficult to control the mind actually. And mind is the most powerful enemy that we have, because mind is the place where lust sits, as Lord Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita. Mind is where lust sits. Intelligence is where lust sits. The indriya senses is where lust sits. So mind has to be controlled with intelligence, and intelligence comes from Harikatha. So even though you are not able to focus, you hear Harikatha with a pen and paper and write down the key take-home messages that you got in Katha. That way you will remain focused. And you develop your intelligence by hearing Harikatha, by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, by reading Chaitanya Charitamrita Bhagavad Gita. That's how intelligence develops, through Shastra and through Sadhu. You can write this down. Vivek Buddhi, intelligence comes from Shastra Swadhyaya and Guru Vani, Sadhu Vani Shravan, by hearing the Vani of the Sadhu Vaishnava, Sadhu Guru, and reading Shastra, reading Srila Prabhupada's books. That's how our Vivek Buddhi, intelligence develops. With this intelligence, we have to control the mind. And that takes practice, abhyas, practicing. practicing. And vairagya. Vairagya means to give up things that are harmful. For example, if one is watching movies or cinema or TV shows, then one should reduce that. And because these are the things that will cause distractions in our mind. If one is used to watching sports or playing video games, whatever it is, doing prajalpa, gossip, reading magazines, then these are the things that will make the mind more chanchal, more distracted. So we should reduce that. This is called vairagya. Give up those things that are causing distraction. That is vairagya. And abhyas means to practice. Okay, now 2 hours I will not get up. Even though my mind is running here and there, I will not get up. I will chant and I will try to focus on hearing the vibration of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So you practice these two things, vairagya and abhyas. Abhyas means to practice doing what is favorable. And vairagya means to give up things that are creating trouble for you. You practice this and Mataji has said, Shama Kishore said, SB 1517, Guru or Hare Charana Upasana Astra Jahi. What is Mataji? Can you explain?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. So this verse here in Srimad Bhagavatam explains that how can the mind be controlled? It says, please try to conquer this mind by the weapon of service to the lotus feet of the spiritual master and of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Do this with great care. So my Guru Maharaj always quotes this verse, which is why when we are talking about how to control the mind, this is the mantra, Guru Hare Charan Upasana Astra Jahi. That is the weapon to control the mind.
Jai. Guru Hare Charan Upasana. So Mataji, you can note down this verse, Srimad Bhagavatam 5.11.17. Thank you so much, Mataji, for quoting this. By serving the lotus feet of Guru and Krishna, this is the weapon to control the mind. And in Bhagavad Gita, it is also mentioned, Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha griyate. Abhyas means to do what is favorable, do what Guru Maharaj has said, which is taking shelter and serving Guru and Krishna. That is Abhyas. And vairagya means to give up things that take us away from Guru and Hari. So like that, you practice these things, and I pray that it helps you and helps all of us. We are all struggling with this. You are not the only one. We are all struggling with the mind. But we should control the mind, try to control the mind. And the strength comes from, as Mataji pointed out, service to Guru and Krishna, Naam Bhajan, Naam Ashray. That's how we get the strength from Bhagavatam, from Bhagavad Gita. Our intelligence develops, and then we understand the futility of what the mind is telling us to do. Next time mind tells us to do this, we can tell the mind with Vivek Buddhi, Dekho, I have done this many times in the past, and it doesn't satisfy. It is very short-lived, it is not sustainable. So I am not going to do it. To say I am not going to do it, that Vivek Buddhi is required, which we have to develop through the limbs of bhakti. Okay, so we'll stop here. I hope this was okay. Thank you, Priya Mataji. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.
Jai Shyam.
Krishna Prabhuji, thank you very much.
Mother is giving darshan of Yamuna, Shri Yamuna Maiya ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan, Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan, Kalindi Jamuna, Jai Jai. Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Jai Vrindavan Dham.